2.5 weeks of intense competition, we have arrived at the final gold medal to be decided at the 2012 World Lawn Bowls Championships at Lockleys here in Adelaide. It is the men's singles final, the last gold medal up for grabs. Australia has won 4, Scotland sits second with 3, New Zealand is third with 3 silver, but Canada has the opportunity to leapfrog to third with a gold medal in this men's singles final. Ryan Bester will take on the Aussie Leif Selby. Selby is ranked number 2 in the world and has already won silver here at the World Championships in the pairs. At the last Commonwealth Games, he won silver, and that same year was crowned the World Cup singles champion. He's had great success in the Asia Pacific Championships also. Well, Leif, congratulations on reaching the final. Despite your wealth of experience, is there still a sense of anticipation before a big final?
Oh, most definitely. You always got to worry about what's going to happen. How am I going to play well, or how's the crowd going to respond and stuff like that. But look, I'm really looking forward to this. Potentially my last game. I'm really going to enjoy it.
Ryan Bester, very quick player. Does it change the way you play when your opponent is so quick on the mat after you?
Not really, not in a singles match. It's all about your own mindset. Just concentrate on what you can do. Don't worry about your opponent. But I'll go out there and just do my normal thing, and he can worry about himself.
What do you think the key is for you today?
Just be patient, I think. I think the game will be quite quick. Look, the breeze is up again. It's quite blustery and blowing a bit, but just to be patient. Hopefully I can do that good enough.
Canada's Ryan Bester won the singles bronze at the last World Championship. The same year he partnered with Gary Lawson to win gold at the Australian Open. The 28-year-old won bronze at the Melbourne Commonwealth Games prior to his gold at the 2004 World Championships in the pairs when he was just 20 years of age. Well, Ryan, the time has finally come. The wait is over. How are the nerves?
Yeah, no nerves now, but maybe the first couple of ends, hopefully get through them. And then once you settle in, it's just another game of bowls.
Well, one of the constants in these championships has been this strong wind. How do you think you'll cope with that?
Oh, no one can cope with the wind. You just have to try to get your bowls as close as possible, and if they get closer, you might have to drive a bit more. But I've played a lot in New Zealand where it's windy all the time, so hopefully draw on that experience.
Well, both yourself and Leif undefeated so far in this championships. You know you've got a tough opponent.
Yeah, it worked out good. We both won the group and undefeated, so it's kind of a perfect final. Yeah, playing in Australia against the Australians, so looking forward to it.
Well, joining me in commentary for this men's singles final, Kelvin Kirko. And Kelvin, both bowlers undefeated at the World Championships so far. They're in terrific form, but Leif Selby, he's the only Aussie so far not to have won gold.
Yeah, unbelievable performance with the World Championships. The Australian team's done so well. Now, Leif Selby, can he bring home gold and grab a gold for himself?
Well, how hard will Ryan Bester be to beat?
Ryan Bester undefeated through the tournament as well, so we've got 2 guys playing the men's singles final that haven't lost a game for the tournament.
Lockleys Bowling Club in Adelaide, the venue. Men's singles final. What a match it promises to be. 2 undefeated bowlers at these championships. Australia's Leif Selby, the only member of the Australian team yet to win a gold medal, up against Ryan Bester of Canada. Bester with the mat, getting us underway. This is the first bowl of Leif Selby. Leif has had a few matches on this TV green. Just the second one for Ryan Bester, who, as we found out in his semi-final win over Jerry Baker, does not muck around when he gets to the mat. He has the purple bowls, green and gold for Leif Selby. Nice line.
It's a good bowl there from Leif Selby. As you were saying, Mark, Leif's got everything to play for here. He's the only member of the Australian team that hasn't got a gold medal around his neck at this year's World Championship, so we'll be keen.
Nice reply there from the Canadian.
Pull down, please. Hold him up.
Leif Selby.
Oh.
Can you get a little glide off his front bowl? Maybe turn it a roll? Well, that's definitely the shot. At least one.
Daryl Rowley from Kangaroo Flat in Victoria, our marker.
Ryan Bester. He's at the Broadbeach Bowls Club on the Gold Coast. Started his bowls in Canada. He's a very fast player. He doesn't muck around. He gets on the mat very quick.
This is just dying on its runner fraction. Good start here for Leif Selby. He's got one more bowl and he holds shot.
One to Australia. Leif Selby will play the last bowl of his first end, this gold medal playoff game. Can he make it 2? It's not a bad track. It's all on his weight now. He's only got to stop.
Oh, he got a kiss and he's pushed it closer to Ryan Bester's. And I think the Canadian now has shot. What a horrible start there for Leif Selby. It will be 1 to Canada. He was holding shot, too much weight, and the Canadian gets the early advantage. Leads 1-0.
Well, Leif Selby, unlucky. Have a look at this. He's drawn a toucher. Unfortunately, it's gone a little bit sideways to Ryan Bester's bowl. It's not the start he wanted. Very unlucky.
He's got to put that behind him.
Fairly good opening bowl from Ryan Bester. Jack high. It's a good reply from the Australian Leif Selby. That'll give him some confidence after his previous bowl. A little touch of the jack. As you can see, Ryan Bester very quickly jumps on the mat. Well, he's turned that bowl in onto the jack.
Still fancy the Aussie, though.
Selby just going behind. Ryan Bester's one of the most attacking players in the game. He's got a very fast drive on him. He's not short very often. He's always giving his bowls a chance. Just trying to draw it.
Leif Selby holding shot here.
Trying to run. Has he got the running? Well, that's a mighty effort.
It's got to be close for 2.
Yeah, certainly very close. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Ryan Bester does here. Could this be the first drive of the match?
The odds are in favour of that, aren't they?
Well, we're about to find out. He's just going to play up with a little bit of weight, try and turn his own bowl. Very surprisingly, I thought Ryan might have had a go. But listen, if he can turn his own bowl, one roll, And that's what he's going to be doing.
Outstanding stuff from Ryan Bester. He gets back there, picks up the bowl, up to the mat and lets it go and comes up with a shot like that.
Great bowl. Ryan Bester, perfect weight, turning the bowl once onto the jack. So it's 1 to Canada.
How does Leif Selby respond here?
Well, he's got 2 seconds. If he can sit the shot bowl through, he could lay 3. So he's playing weights. Leif Selby of Australia. Any contact with his own green bowls. He could get the shot bowl clean. That's a brilliant bowl from Leif Selby. That'll be 2 for Australia.
Ryan Bester salutes his opponent, and Leif Selby overcomes the disappointment of handing a shot away on the first end to come back and pick up 2 to lead 2-1 after 2 ends, and that was a terrific end of bowls.
Perfect shot, Leif Selby. Never looked like missing it all the way. Australia's on the board.
Long end here from Leif.
Yes,
Turned away straight away.
Maximum length. Obviously, these are tactics that Leif has thought about going into this match. He knows Ryan Bester is one of the best drivers in the world. Obviously, the further the jack away is, greater chances are of missing. So if he can put pressure on Ryan, and Ryan's one of those players that he hits everything, he normally wins, but when you start being aggressive, sometimes it can backfire. Could be a downfall. It looks a little wide. Might even lose his bowl here. The green running quite fast in this direction. They've got a big tailwind behind the backs of both these players. Stiff breeze. Ryan Bester not quite getting there. Good metre short. It's 1 to Australia. Well, Leif's chasing. It's always normally a good sign. He's corrected well. Well played. It's handy. Another counter. Straight away, Ryan straight on the mat mark. Not mucking around at all.
The old adage, isn't it? Quick game's a good game. It's not coming back from out there. So 2 shots here to Leif Selby.
Well, real opportunity here for the Australian player, Leif Selby. Leads 2-1 and holds 2. If he can make it 3, it'd be a terrific start for him. It's all on his weight now. Well, it's going to be good enough. He's only got to run a little bit more. Well, that's going to be a counter. There's a bit of room.
3 to Selby, but plenty of room here for the Canadian. He knows 3 could disappear very quickly here, Leif.
Yes. Ryan Bester, that doesn't look very good at all. It looked very narrow out of the hand. And that's going to run right away, so...
There's a bonus for the Australian. He'll pick up 3 shots on the 3rd end. And I'm just checking. It is three.
Three, boy. Yeah, three.
Yep, 3 to Leif Selby.
Pick up for Leif Selby.
And after 3 ends, it is Leif Selby leading 5-1.
Leif Selby bringing the mat up just a couple of metres. Jack's probably finished about a metre from the 2 metre mark. Be a good 3/4 length. It's not a bad start. Very handy in these conditions. Green running close to 16 seconds. It's running quite fast. So Ryan Bester just struggling on the draw. You hear the wind blowing in the background. Selby played this well. It's a great shot. Well played, Leif Selby of Australia. Well, could we have another drive?
He is.
Well, we have. He's planted it down the green when he's got the hole.
You wouldn't think that was possible.
Had to be 50 mile an hour, that.
It was almost a bouncer out of his hand.
Yes, it didn't come out clean.
It's an interesting mindset he has, isn't it? I mean, he's only had the 1 bowl, and it's not as if Leif is all over the jack. And again.
Yep, here we go. Well, he's after the jack. Oh, he's missed.
Missed it.
Wow, Ryan Bester. Very attacking. It's only early in the match.
Leif gets another one up there.
Well, he's got plenty of room. He's got at least a good metre, maybe more.
Will he try and block here?
He's going to draw another one, so it's going to be another counter. It looks like 4 to Australia. He's gone back on the draw, Ryan Bester. I think that's his best option. I think that's what he's going to have to do. Well, he doesn't like it. It looks a bit wide.
It might run a bit further than he wants as well. He concedes 4 as soon as he gets down there. And so it has been a 2, a 3 and a 4 to Leif Selby after he cost himself 2 shots on the first end. It's a very, very handy lead here for the Aussie, 9-1. It could conceivably have been 11 zip, but 9-1 in a final and a race to 21 is an extraordinary head start to give an opponent.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. I really believe that if Ryan Bester's going to get back into this game, he's got to get back to his draw game. He's got to build the head, get some bowls close, because Leif Selby, he's going to outdraw him all day long.
Hurry.
He already leads 9-1. You can't afford to miss if you start driving, and you'll pay the penalty.
It's almost an instant replay of his start against Jerry Baker, isn't it? The first 4 ends, it was like his mind was elsewhere. Then when he settled down, it was a different bowler.
Quite amazing. It was very similar. I mean, basically the same sort of start, as you were saying, Mark. He was very aggressive. He got behind in that match. And when he did settle down, you see Leif Selby almost drawing the shot. When Ryan did settle down and go back to the draw game, well, that's what got him back into the game, and he stormed home in that match against Jerry Baker.
How hard is it for his opponent, in this case Leif Selby obviously, who is a quality player, to not be distracted by that sort of all over the shop tactics from your opponent?
Well, he's just got to put that to the side, just play his own normal game. Certainly 9-1 up is a great start. It's going to give Ryan no confidence at all, but on the other hand, Leif should take that confidence and grow with it.
Push.
Well, he's trying here. Leif Selby very close to drawing the shot. Could be.
Stay there, mate.
The marker favouring Ryan Bester's bowl, so Leif Selby's bowl just fell out. And Ryan's changed to his forehand. It looks narrow.
He hasn't had a great deal of success on the forehand from this end.
Oh, he had great weight, but as you can see, he's probably a good 5 to 6 feet narrow. Leif Selby from the Rarilla Club, New South Wales, near Wollongong. He was a silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. We'd love to take home a world championship, world title. Is he going to turn? No, he's not. It was a good effort.
He needs to draw another one here. One's fine, but still 7 behind. Already he can't afford to let Leif get any more than 7 in front. Needs to win a couple of ends back to back.
He's a quality player. Well, he had good.
Well, you know, I think it's sort of the both of them's gone in with a lot of confidence, you know, and I think sort of both of them sort of are good enough to win it. It sort of just depends on sort of who gets that answer luck and who plays a big bowl at the right time.
I've seen it all day out here. The conditions now are really tricky with that wind blowing around, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, people will sit home at their televisions and maybe watch these games and say, well, you know, I can play as good as these guys, but you've got to understand that the conditions are very difficult. And it is difficult to play 2 bowls the same with the wind conditions that I've got. So it's going to be a sort of mental game, and both probably players that will need an ounce of luck to win it.
Thanks, Robbie.
You're welcome.
There you hear it from the assistant coach of the Australian team, Robbie Dobbins, saying how difficult it is. So the bowls doesn't indicate the quality, because it's very tricky. Wind gusting around at times.
Run.
Leif Selby urging his bowl on, wanting it to run.
Hurry.
Well, almost getting there. Ryan Bester not mucking around again. He looks pretty good here. Looks very, very good.
It makes you wonder at times why he even bothers to play the running shot when he can draw the bowl that well.
No, he's, like I said, he's a very, very aggressive player. And now we've got Leif Selby playing weight. He's got one of Ryan's bowls. It'll be one to Canada. Yes, Ryan Bester, he can certainly draw well. I do sometimes wonder. Sort of lets the cat out of the bag, I think. I don't know what he does, but he gets very aggressive.
Well, if he loses this final, it'll be down to those 3 ends, won't it?
Sure will. I'm sure Ryan realises that he's got to go back to his draw game. You can't get shots if you don't draw them close to the jack. And as you can see, he's played another good shot here. That'll be 2. It just shows you he's got a good draw game on him.
I don't know that Leif can get to that second shot.
I think you'll see Leif Selby playing weight again for the bowl or jack. He'd like to get the jack in the ditch, and I think that'd be the perfect result. He can get it off the shot bowl also. Well, he's watching. He needs a bit of luck. He's not going to get it.
He hit the front bowl. It is 2 shots to Canada. And Ryan Bester is edging his way back. He's won consecutive ends, and all of a sudden, it's just 4 the difference. 9-5 to Leif Selby. This is Canada's Ryan Bester, and Australia's Leif Selby battle it out for gold. This is the start of the 7th end.
If you can put pressure on Leif Selby with his first bowl, what he's got to do. He's just been a bit loose with his opening bowl so far in this match. Terrific start from Leif Selby again. Ryan Bester, he's taken the mat up a good 4 or 5 metres on this end. Well, he's trying hard, just going to climb around the bowl. Selby, anything just behind will be good here. 2 opening bowls from Ryan Bester are about a good metre behind. It's pretty handy. Ryan Bester is on his way. How's he travelling here? Not too bad. A good second shot. Well, Leif Selby's watching it very closely, this bowl. Can get back to the jack. Little touch would be perfect. Not quite. Let's just run on.
Marcus suggesting 1 to Leif Selby. Ryan Bester's had a look himself. I wonder whether he believes that. Something you don't see too often, a little bit of indecision from the Canadian. Normally just
marches
makes a decision.
on back.
Yeah.
He realises this is a big game. He's playing for a gold medal, become world champion. I think he just needs to slow down a bit. It's always good. Let's see if he's going to have another go. Could be another drive on the cards here.
There is. Here it is. And he's got the jack. Did it stay in play?
Well, I think the jack has. It stayed in.
Only just. Oh, it's only just into your left of screen. That pole is the out of bounds. It may be a couple of centimetres in. And who has shot here?
Well, I think the back green bowl of Leif Selby's would be the shot. He's still got a bowl to play.
One in the ditch is in play. That would be the
toucher.
The toucher.
Well,
how would that be? Would that be close?
Just can't see from this angle. There's no indication from the marker.
Plenty of room, though, to end the discussion if Leif can put it close to the ditch. There's oodles of room. And that will be the shot. No question there. The question will be whether or not purple bowl in the ditch.
Umpire.
Purple bowl in the ditch. And even the purple bowl, that one there.
The green versus the 2.
The bowler's philosophy is simple: service and innovation.
So there's one already to Leif.
To inject service into every aspect of their business and every customer.
We discussed earlier in the championship, seems like an eternity ago, it has been 16 days of competition. But when you're measuring in the ditch and you have to go over the little rise, sometimes...
That's flying. Oh.
Yes, it can make a difference.
Very quick.
The actual string goes over the edge. You can lose an inch or two.
It was this way. It's flying. You've got to be brave and just let it dribble out into the wind. Because if you just push it, I went in here, I thought I'll just make sure I'm passing. I've gone into the drink. That'll let drop.
It is one to the Australian, the toucher in the ditch. It was worth a shot for Ryan Bester. So 10-5 is the score, and that will stop that run of the Canadian, Leif Selby. Did well to draw to the ditch there. He was back to his aggressive self there, the Canadian.
Yes, Ryan Bester was very unlucky. He didn't sit along a bit closer to it. He got a fair bit of the jack.
But nearly went out of play too.
Yes, it was only a matter of inches from being a dead end. But it was Leif Selby. He drew the shot with his last.
Long end here from Leif. It's turning nicely though. Nice opening bowl from the Australian as we head downstairs again to Andrew Holmes.
Thanks, Mark. David Matthew joins us. And what are your early indications of this game?
Oh, Leif's finding the green. You know, he's finding the jack pretty well at every end. So we're chasing him right now, but Ryan's catching up now. So we're going to start. We're going to start to be in this game.
The start by Leif was scintillating, and Ryan sort of probably got caught a little bit unawares by the start, but he's just edged his way back end by end.
Yeah, he'll keep going now. He's fine now. He's found the green, so he'll be all right. And you know, put the drive in his back pocket and start drawing the jack, and we'll be okay.
Time difference between the semi-finals of both of them. Leif obviously played the same day as today's final, but Ryan had a bit of a longer time off. What did you do during that time?
Oh, we just relaxed. We just kicked back today. We watched the fight, the semi-final this morning on television at the hotel, and then Ryan had his usual nap in the afternoon. Then we come up here to get at it, you know. So.
You're very relaxed?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this is great stuff. I say, you're going to see a good match here.
All the best.
Cheers.
Oh, it was a sigh of relief from Leif Selby. I don't think he liked this particular bowl. And that's the reason why. He had good weight. He was just a bit narrow. So it's 1 to Canada. Ryan Bester trying to make a fight back of this game. Trails 5-10. I don't think he's going to get there with this one. No, it's not going to make it difficult for Leif Selby. Bowl sort of finishing short and just blocking it a little bit.
He's got one bowl left on this end. Selby.
He's just drawing, I think. He didn't like it. I think he got a big gust of wind when he let it go. And that's exactly what's happened. You see that bowl swooping across the rink. Big gust to the right, to the left of screen. The wind.
His head, mate, I can't tell you, sorry.
Just stepping away because of this strong wind in Adelaide that's been here for almost a week now, it seems. We've had one calm day in the last 7 or so. Can he draw another shot here? It's just getting close, but just drifting on, and will be one for the Canadian. One for Canada. And so it is now 10-6 to the Australian Leif Selby. After 8 ends of this men's singles final, it is the first to 21. I think it's not only the strength of the breeze, Kelvin, but also the fact that it's strong, and then it gusts to be really strong at times.
That's it. It comes and goes. Now and then there's not much wind at all. Then you get these really strong gusts and that's what really affects the bowl. You know, you can't do much about it. Once the bowl's left your hand, if you get a 30, 40 knot kilometre-hour gust, it's going to affect the bowl in some way. It's a handy bowl from Leif Selby. Ryan Bester playing his backhand away from the commentary box. And great weight once again, but just couldn't pick the line. That just shows you it's very difficult. Leif Selby, well, he's playing the forehand away from the commentary box. It tends to be a little bit more turn than the backhand. Frustrating. Well, Ryan Bester, he's decided to change hands. It's all on his weight. Is he going to stop? Not quite.
Selby holding one.
Well, can beat Ryan Bester's last bowl. He'll count. That's exactly what he's played. That'll be 2 to Australia. Can Ryan Bester draw the shot here? Trail 6-10.
Nice line.
Giving it a go. Needs the right sit. A little touch on that bowl of Leif Selby's. Don't know whether it's enough though.
Yeah, it's close.
Have a look. Yeah, have a look for me, mate. Sure.
I think it might be the Canadians.
Yes, it looks dead jack high. I think that's...
Marcus suggests 1-2 Bester. So what does Leif do here, Kelvin?
Well, he's played pretty good bowl with his previous bowl. He'll just try and draw. He may change to the backhand, which he's going to. He can turn his own bowl in or sit on Ryan Bester's last bowl, which is jack high. Well, he's watching it very closely. very closely indeed. Leif Selby needs a piece of his own, and he's got it. So great shot.
Superb bowl from the Australian, world number 2, showing why he is undefeated in this championship.
I think so.
Let's have a quick look for me.
You got no clue where they're going to go,
There,
right?
isn't it? Huh?
You got no clue where they're going to go.
Nah. Look at mine two up there.
Well,
Got away with
then
there
when you
and-
got the 3 here, mine hung out. The next one, and then they shoot right across.
So what's the decision here from the marker? If he can find his paddles, he'll let us know. 1 to Leif Selby.
Leif Selby of Australia.
So he leads by 5 again.
11-6.
It is 11-6 to the Australian through 9 ends. What a bowl that was, Kelvin.
Terrific shot. Leif Selby right on target. And it keeps him pegging away. 11-6 in front. It's a good spot to be. Leif Selby, the 2010 Silver Commonwealth Games gold medalist, runner-up to Robert Wheel from Wales in that match. So he'd like to go one better. There's a ranking, world ranking of number 2.
Wasn't Robert Wheel the man you mentioned, the one that you beat in 06 in the final?
Correct. I was very pleasure of winning the Commonwealth Games gold medal in 2006 against Robert Wheel. And Robert Wheel went on to beat Leif Selby in that final in Delhi and got revenge, I guess, of one of the Australian players. Remembering both these players are undefeated, so they have not lost a game out of all their earlier round matches. Leif Selby winning all his 11 matches, and Ryan Bester winning 9 of his matches in a section that just didn't quite have as many players in. And here you see Leif Selby with a trail of the jack. Terrific bowl.
It's only one, mate. Only one.
What will Ryan Bester do here? He's on the backhand. Trying to draw. I don't think he's got the running. Definitely not going to get here. A nice track. He's just going to pull up a good metre short. Now, if Selby trying to make it number 2. He's only got to stop. He's looking very good here, the Australian. And that'll be 2. So the pressure builds on the Canadian. Watching Leif Selby, perfect bowl here. You can see how much turns in the bias of the bowl. The green's running quite fast. Now the Canadian, Ryan Bester.
I don't think that line is going to get him anywhere near it.
Well, he's going to wreck on his own front bowls. Oh, little slide.
He got fortunate there.
Well,
Wow.
I think he's cut one out.
He has. It is one to Leif Selby, but he got a bit fortunate there, the Canadian. Luck's a fortune, isn't it? You need a little bit of luck. 12-6 to Leif Selby. Still a pretty handy lead to have, chasing 21 shots. Weather is quite cool this afternoon. It's the wind that's keeping temperature cool. It's got a bit of a chill to it, this strong sou'easter in Adelaide. The weather's been quite all over the place throughout the championships. We had a day approaching 40 in week 1. We've had at 14 degrees last weekend or earlier in the week. Seems like a long time ago because so much has happened.
Yes, Adelaide dishes up some interesting temperature ranges, or climate you should say. It'll be very hot one day, freezing the next. A bit like Melbourne to a degree.
Yeah, that's normally in the one day though.
That's it. This first bowl is so important for both players, and
didn't that take off with the wind? Ryan Besters.
The direction they're playing here, like I said, away from the commentary box, has got a big tail breeze. The wind actually blowing directly down the rink, so it is pushing these bowls along. Well played, Leif Selby. And that bowl looked like it was going to be right on the jack, but you can see the flag in the background, the wind coming directly down the rink, right behind the players' backs. And of course, when they come back the other way, they've got a big headwind to deal with. It's 2 to Australia. Selby got a wider line here. Needs a bit of breeze this time to bring it back. And probably a counter.
Ryan Bester had already let it go.
It's quite amazing. The bowl's only just stopped and Ryan Bester's got his on the way, and the end result being a poor bowl. I think he just didn't take his time. Just too fast.
Yeah, the thought is if he could coach Ryan Bester, he could become an even better player, but then it also might hamper him too because he plays the way he plays. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Ryan Bester's always been a very fast player. He just doesn't muck around. He's straight on the mat and away he goes. He has this don't care attitude. He just sort of steps on the mat and away he goes, and he gets the results. I think at times he could just slow his game down a bit. Be more of an advantage. Well, big opportunity here for the Australian player, Leif Selby. He's holding 3. He could make this 4. And it looks really good. This looks like the closest bowl that he's played for the end. So it's 4 to green.
There's a target there for Varun. There's Lindsay Armitage looking on with the Australian team. Kelsey Cottrell with a bit of a wave.
Yes, the Australian team has had a very, very successful World Championships here in Adelaide.
Here we go.
Here we go.
And it is on target. It cleared the front bowl, but it is still 2 to the Australian. Maybe 3.
Just want to roll those other 2 out.
Throughout the tournament, we've been drinking shingle.
He was a little bit
wine.
unfortunate. He made good contact and made such good contact that it missed the jack completely.
Yes, he could have easily killed the end, Ryan Bester, but it wasn't to be. He just took the one bowl out. As you see, contact. If he could have hit that onto the jack, he would have killed it, but it wasn't to be.
How many shots here? 2 or 3?
There's been 2 kicked out.
It is 2. It's only 2 to the Aussie. When I say only 2, it's a very important 2 shots for Leif Selby, because it is now an 8-shot lead.
Leif Selby, in fact, of Australia, 14
and it's the biggest, equal to the biggest lead he's had in this match. He led 9-1 after 4 ends. Now it's back to 14-6. So all the work that the Canadian has done to claw his way back from 9-1 down to 9-5 and 10-6 has disappeared. I suppose that's one of the the minuses when you play the way that Ryan Vesta does. The game can turn very quickly in both ways.
It can do. Such an aggressive player. When he's on target, he hits everything.
Hurry.
Fortunately, you have days where things just don't go right. That leaves you very vulnerable. Of course, the World Championship's been played at the Lockleys Bowling Club in Adelaide.
Once every 4 years. So, when the opportunity comes around to win a world title, you've got to make the most of it. At the moment, it's Leif Selby in the driving seat, 14-6. Very interesting comment from the Aussie in this pre-final interview that potentially it could be his final game, which to me suggests that if he wins today, it could be a great way for him to retire.
Yes, I have heard whispers. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case.
Whatever the decision is, it should be made in the cool light of day, though, shouldn't it? Not in the emotion of winning a world title. He's got a long way to go before he does that anyway.
Certainly has. How good would it be for Australia? Going for their 5th gold medal at the World Championships. That's unheard of. And that's a terrific bowl from the Australian. Confident shot up into the breeze. Is this bowl going to get back enough? Not going to be good enough, I don't think. 2 seconds, Ryan Vesta.
That bowl of Leif Selby's just in front of the shot bowl. Maybe in the way to stop one of those drives too from Ryan Vesta.
Yes, I'm sure if that bowl wasn't there, Ryan would possibly try and...
Possibly?
Would definitely be having a go, I think, with his last. It's a little bit protective for Leif Selby. It's right on the centre line. So protects his own shot bowl. An opportunity for the Australian player.
Hurry.
He'd like to make it 2.
Hurry.
Well, he's urging it on. It's only got to bend and run.
Hurry.
It's very close. Beats that and falls. He'll be so close to 2. We'll have to wait and see.
It is 2 according to the marker. And there's another bowl behind the jack. Maybe closer than that one we see there of Ryan's, but certainly 2 shots to the Aussie. Going the backhand here, the Canadian.
He's got an opportunity if he could trail the jack. He could make a 3 or 4 possibly. It's not an easy shot, and I think he's going to duck. He's going to crash on the front bowl, the bowl we're talking about. And so
pushing another one to maybe get 3 here for Leif Selby.
Well, I think he's done a bit of damage.
2. I think he's... No, 3. He's conceded the 3. And so there is 3 to Leif Selby. And all of a sudden, after 4 straight ends, it's an extraordinary lead. 17-6 in this final. Didn't even bother to get that measured.
No. Leif Selby, he's got to be feeling confident now. He's only 4 shots away from home in what's been a very quick match, really, when you look at it.
We've only had 12 ends.
Quite incredible. There's been a number of multiples. Leif Selby, a couple of 3s.
I think the conditions are getting to the Canadian. He's just got that resigned feel about him at the moment.
Yes, and as we're saying, I know you see it. A run of Leif Selby, a 2, a 3. 17-6, the lead. But Ryan Vesta, his very first bowl has just not been good enough. He's just leaving far too much room for the Australian. Leif Selby, he's got to be...
Well, in his wildest dreams, he wouldn't have thought that he'd be up 17-6 after 12 ends.
Definitely not. He's just got to keep plugging away. It's going to be handy. The ball has run away more than looked like it was going to. Green very fast down in this direction.
This is...
That's a much better bowl from Ryan Bester.
This is where the experience of Leif Selby will come in handy as well. Not to be distracted by any problems your opponent may be having, and just keeping his mind focused on what he has to do to get another 4 shots.
He's just going to keep chipping away.
Stop. Whoa.
Well, he's telling it to stop, and is it going to? Well, not quite, I don't think.
No, I don't think it has.
Ryan Bester. Can he make it 2? He's not far away. I think he might just pull up. Well, we might see Leif Selby might be forced to change hands now. Ryan Bester's last bowl, it's probably about a metre short. It's probably in the way. He may go to the backhand. Try and draw the shot here. We'll wait and see. That's it. He's on the backhand. Well, he's watching it. He wants a bit of jack, but I think he's going to go under. A touch on the jack would be enough. He's just going to miss it.
Not by much. Handy lead, though, for Leif Selby. Should be cut here. How determined he is to get close to the jack here. There is a potential to maybe roll it onto.
Very close here.
It's a terrific bowl, isn't it? Well, that's about as good as it gets from the Canadian, and shows what he is capable of. 2 shots to Ryan Bester, and the lead is back under double figures. Welcome back to Lockleys Bowling Club. We're now about to commence the 14th end here at the World Championships.
I know where I'd like to be. I'll be back in the Aussies at 17-8 up. You've seen some strange things in some of these games. They can change so quickly, especially with Ryan Bester. He's either hot or cold.
Terrific opening bowl here from Leif Selby.
This will be 1 for the Aussies. This is a good reply also. Ryan Bester trying hard here. If it falls over, it'll be the shot. Favour that. Be the closest bowl so far on this end. Heard Leif say woo. Oh, he's looking really, really good here. And look at this for a great bowl by Leif Selby from Australia, a front toucher. Well, Ryan Bester, what's he going to do?
Likes the target.
The odds are he'll have a go at this for sure, and that's exactly what he's doing. Well, he's not far away, just missed. Oh, so close, millimetres away from clipping it off. Well, Anything behind here would be a good bowl. Ryan Bester, the Canadian, has the best 2 back bowls, and this is going to take all that pain away. It'll be Australia with the best back bowl. And Ryan Bester, his best chances are to clip that bowl off. I dare say he's going to have another crack at this. Going to try and clip the Aussie bowl off the green, which would leave 1 to the Canadian. Well, he's changed his weight. Looks like he's just trying to trial.
Everyone.
Well, we're not sure what he's up to. He's just trying to trail a jack, maybe.
If he can, he'll pick up 3.
Well, he's close to this. Brilliant bowl, Ryan Bester. Here we thought he was going to line up for a drive, and all of a sudden he switches his mind and plays a fantastic trail shot. Oh, why doesn't he do that more often? It's got me confused. Play shots like that and make 3. On replay, have a look at this. Terrific trail shot, missing Leif Selby's front bowl. Trail the jack, makes 3.
Leif has the chance here to maybe trail the jack and get 2 himself.
Well, it's Leif Selby driving. He's trying to remove the 3 shot bowls. Oh! Well, he's got 2 of them out, so that's a good result for the Aussies.
He saves himself 2 shots, and he was very close to picking up 3 himself. It is 1 to the Canadian. The edge is back. 17-9 after 14 ends.
Plenty of aggression.
17-9 is our current score.
Leif Selby after the 3 shot bowls of Ryan Bester, but misses and gets 2.
He was so close. That would have been a huge moment in this final. He would have picked up 2, maybe 3, and 17-9, the score now. It could easily have been 28. And then you would have said, well, there is no way that Bester could come back from that to win every end between now and the end of the match. Would be asking too much against a player of this class. It's hard enough as it is now.
Well, we've seen the fight back from Ryan Bester in the semi-final. Wasn't this far behind though, 17-9. These games can change. Just takes a player to pick up his game, gain some momentum and put 3 or 4 good ends together. And that's exactly what Ryan Bester's got to try and do. If he needs to put a few ends together, he's going to be any contention in this match. It's pretty handy.
Stay up. Stay up.
Well, it just depends what happens here. Just kept going. Ryan Bester is holding the shot. Want to make it 2. Just got to stop. Needs a bit of contact here, I think. Leif just caught his own front bowl. Just forced him to run along a bit further. Well, it looks like it's pretty narrow to me. Well, it's crossed the line well up the green. It's a poor bowl.
And there is plenty of room here for Leif Selby to draw a shot.
I like that one the best. I like that one the best.
It's definitely one to Canada. Measure for the second. As the wind gusts up again. I think the wind might have got this. He's urging it on, but the bowl's turning hard.
Well, a missed opportunity there for Leif Selby. It will be one to the Canadian at least. So only one shot there for Canada. But he is into double figures. 17-10 after 15 ends. Still in the box seat. Here's the Australian. But it's 3 consecutive ends for the Canadian.
Leif Selby is a good lead here, 17-10. Ryan Bester, can he get his way back into this match? Put some pressure on the Australian player. That's what he's going to be trying to do. He's going to have to lift his game, though.
I mean, Leif's only won one more end than Ryan Bester in this match. It's 8-7 in terms of ends won. There's a good start from Leif Selby. It's just that he concedes big numbers when he just seems to lose a bit of focus. It's almost like he wants a challenge.
Yes. If you drop ones, it's not too bad. But when you drop multiples, a 2 or
well, he's dropped
3.
He's dropped the 4, 2 3s and 2 2s.
Yes, and that just makes it inconsistent. And that's going to cost you. Can't afford to be dropping shots or giving shots away like that. And you're going to make it very tough for yourself. You're not going to lose the game by just going one down at a time. Well, good weighted bowl there from Ryan Bester, but he's a good meter narrow. And you see the Australian coach, Steve Glasson, and Robbie Dobbins, the assistant coach of the Australian team.
Run.
Leif urging his bowl on. Might have to give it a kick because that definitely doesn't look like it's going to get there.
He does hold shot. But if this bowl can be cleared in front of the jack by Bester, he's got the next best 3.
Well, he has. He's got 3 seconds here, Ryan Bester.
Here he goes.
He's looking for the shot bowl.
And he gets it as well. He's gone from 1 down to 3 up. But there is some space here for Leif Selby.
Well, that's a good shot of Ryan Bester. Leif Selby, just the one bowl in the head, and he's cleaned it out, clean as a whistle.
Better, easier than drawing.
You hear it. It's easier than drawing, he reckons. Well, I'm not sure about that, but that was a fantastic bowl.
Huge moment here for the Australian.
Well, this is big. This is what we're talking about, multiples. You can keep your opponent down to 1 or 2. Leif Selby, 3 down. Can he draw the shot?
He's got to get past that bowl. He doesn't quite do it, but he turns 3 into 1 and a measure.
And we certainly saved at least 1. Only 1 to Canada for sure. And that's all it'll be.
So he's won 4 ends in a row here, Ryan Bester. And after trailing 17-6, he's back to 17-11. Played 16 ends. It's first to 21 shots. And he has been becalmed on 17. Now the Aussie since the 12th end.
Join the Aero Revolution. Experience the difference for yourself. Aero bowls are made by Comfort Pro, the leading brand in bowl shoes and bags.
Long end here from Ryan Bester.
You see it, the 2007 Gold Atlantic Rim Championship winner of the men's singles. Similar to the Asia Pacific Games, which Australia participates in. It's played in the Northern Hemisphere. Takes into account all the UK, Jersey and Guernsey, Spain, Portugal, countries like that.
Loose start there from the Canadian into the ditch.
Hurry.
Now, Leif Selby dropping off about a metre short. As we're saying, player can get a bit of momentum, and Ryan Bester has won the last 4 ends. So if you could put another end or two together here, would make it very interesting.
And there's shot.
You sometimes wonder, some of those loose, wayward running shots give Leif Selby a great lead early in this match. Just wanting at the stop, Leif Selby. Will be 1 to Canada. Whether it's going to come back from out there, it's trying hard. It's going to hang out. Leif Selby, he'd dearly like to get off this 17.
Hurry.
He's just got to get there. Has he got the running? I don't think he has. He's urging it on. He's going to be short, though. The frustration there. An Australian player.
Last bowl coming up here. Ryan Bester. He's only got 2 in play. His first bowl was long into the ditch. So Leif Selby will get final crack. Just lost it a little bit the last couple of ends. Leif, Canadian, has pounced. He likes this.
I don't think he's going to get there. Well, he's trying. Is it enough?
Big bowl here, isn't it?
Leif Selby. He was trying to get off 17.
Oh.
Well, he's watching it closely. What's he going to do?
Trail the jack, does he? No, he's only just missed it, though.
Weave through that hole.
It's another end of the Canadian, though.
What? Yeah.
1 to Canada, 1 to Ryan Bester, and it is 17-12 after 17 ends.
Leif Selby, 17.
So 5 ends in a row as we head downstairs to Andrew Holmes.
Well, Leif's just a bit anchored at the moment, isn't he? Ryan's really making the scoreboard tick over.
Well, you know, it's typical of a champion. This is what you expect from a world champion, which Ryan is. And it's, as I said before, it'll go down to the wire. It's a matter of now who can hold their nerve and sort of get the right shot at the right time.
It's been such a long championship, and you've been with Leif all the way through. 13 matches. This is his 13th match to win a gold medal. What are you noticing today about his demeanour in this final gold medal playoff?
Well, I think he's been there that many times before, you know, at this sort of level. That, you know, for him, it's just another game. I think he wants it badly. You know, I think he deserves it. He's, you know, we've got sort of 10 players in the Australian team. 9 of them's got the gold medal so far, and Leif's the only one that hasn't got a gold medal. So for his sake, you know, I would like to see him win it. But, you know, as long as it's a good game, mate, that's Bowles is a winner.
We've said on numerous occasions before, Robbie, that sometimes these last 2 or 3 or 4 shots to get can be the hardest to find.
They're always the hardest. They're always the hardest to get, yeah. Hopefully we'll get it this time, mate.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Maximum length here from the Canadian. This is a good one.
Very good one. Well, just these last 4 or 5 ends, Ryan Bester's just starting to pick up his game. He's gone up a gear. He started in 4th gear. He's definitely gone up to a gear or two. He's going to have to get up the top gear if he's going to get right back in this match.
I reckon he started in reverse.
Well, he's digging away here. He only trails by 5 now. 17-12 down. He's holding on this particular end. He's got 1. Don't know whether that's in the count.
There's some weight on this.
And he's pushed it out there as well. You can't see this bowl getting back. It's a wide line.
The tide has certainly turned. Leif Selby is now in a position where he needs to do something to stop the bleeding here.
Yes, he's got a bit of momentum here, Ryan Bester. He's going to be trying to make another one here. It's all on his weight. I don't think he's going to make it, though. Still coming. It's going to be short. There's definitely 1 to Canada.
It's a blocker there, though, isn't it? Really, if Leif was looking to maybe knock that shot bowl out from in front of the jack, that option's been taken away.
It certainly has. I think Leif Selby's just got to try and draw the shot here. He's got about 10 inches or so. I'd like to get off 17. Players don't like to get stuck on a number.
It's his last crack at it.
Hurry. Hurry.
Not sure that it will come back from there.
Hurry.
He's hoping it does. It's got to go now. It is edging, and that is a magnificent shot from Leif Selby. What a way to get off 17. After 5 consecutive ends, Selby picks up a shot and extends the lead to 6. And it came back from an area that we haven't seen too many come back from.
No, terrific draw shot there from the Australian, Leif Selby, urging it on. And as I was saying, he's got off that number 17. I'm sure he'd be very relieved. Now leads 18-12 in his men's singles final.
And he's shortened it up a bit this end.
And a change of length as well. He's thrown maybe at a 24-metre length. And he's got fairly close as well with his opening bowl. Ryan Bester took a lot narrower line. And the end result's going to be he's going to cross the line and run away.
It's really been a final of momentum, hasn't it? Leif had the momentum early with 3 of the first 4, then another couple to the Canadian to give him a little bit of a sniff. Then Leif won 4, then the Canadian won 5. Can Leif string a couple here together? Because if he does, he'll be world champion.
Yes, and what a feeling that would be. Each member of the Australian team would have won a gold medal at World Championships. It'll be the first time in the history that's ever happened. Leif Selby on the mat. Can he make it number 2? He only needs 3 to win.
Get up there.
Ryan Bester. Playing a bit of weight, but he's going to run away here. Under the head, bit narrow.
This is only the second World Championship that men and women competed at the same event. Prior to that, they held theirs separately. So 5 gold. Men and women, if it is successful, if we can get to that stage to be able to say that, Ryan Bester will be hoping that's not the case. It'll be the greatest tally of gold since the world titles began way back in 1966. Sure that this is going to come back for Leif.
It's trying hard.
Let's give him a couple behind. You reckon Ryan might have a crack here?
I certainly think Ryan Bester.
Last time we thought that, he surprised us all.
Well, he could surprise us again. Full of surprises, Ryan Bester. I thought he might have had a go, but it looks like he's gone for a draw shot or playing a bit of weight. And he's going to be too wide. Oh, that's a strange shot selection.
So back-to-back ends. The Leif Selby just when he needed it, and he edges closer. It is 19-12, and we have had 19 ends. This is the start of the 20th end.
It's Leif Selby edging closer to this world title win. Only needs 2 now to win. 19-12. 21 shots up. Been the winner.
So the Australians are on the verge of the greatest performance by a nation at a World Championship. New Zealand, England and South Africa have all won 4 gold. Australia's already done that. Can they become the first to win 5? Leif Selby is 2 shots away. And he's a bit long and a bit short in these first 2.
Yes, and what a performance it would be by the Australian team. Been very dominant. We've also got a couple of silver medals. The men's pairs going down to Scotland. A great game, and also the Scotland men's triples team defeating the Australian triples team.
Hurry!
By 1 shot. And what was a classic game. And Leif Selby urging it on. Terrific bowl from Leif Selby.
Even though it fell out, it's still shot. Here's Wade.
Here we go. Whoa, he's got it. Well, terrific hit. What's it done?
Is it out?
I think it's dead.
I think it is dead.
He's given it a big hit.
And he has killed it, the Canadian. The 20th end will be replayed. And
look at this for contact. Jack goes flying backwards and goes out of bounds. And that's just the result that he wanted. Almost stayed in.
National and international events, particularly on the sporting arena. Event South Australia and the South Australian Government, proud major partners of the 2012
number 20 to be replayed here after Ryan Bester, the 2nd time in the match, was successful in killing an end. Sure that that was his intention.
No. Certainly better than 1 down, though. Gets the option to replay the end. Would have scored if the Jack did stay in bounds, but it wasn't to be. Ryan Bester can't afford to Leif Selby any more shots. Have to be a special comeback from here. It was just that start that gave away early.
9-1 he was down after 4 ends. Here's a great bowl from Leif Selby.
Stop.
Wait again to knock it straight out. Did that go between the jack and the Aussie bowl?
Got to believe what you can see.
Did it?
It did, absolutely. It went between the jack and the shot bowl.
I can't believe that. It went through that quick. I can't believe it could possibly fit through there.
No, it went through there at 50 mile an hour, I'm sure of it. Well, is he going to have another go?
Well,
I'm sure he will.
Do it again.
Drive number 2. Well, he's wide, I think.
He's the other side this time.
Well, he certainly lets fly. Leif Selby, he can make it 2 here. He could be the world champion for 2012.
It's not coming back.
He's got the wide line. Still, no, he's not going to get back.
Well, if he's not careful here, the Canadian, he could knock his bowl completely out of the way and Leif will win. And he gets the bowl of the Australian and he picks up the shot.
Oh, that was a brave shot from Ryan Bester. He would have peeled his own bowl out. He could have lost the match, and yet he's peeled out the shot bowl of Leif Selby.
3 consecutive drives. How did...
Clean as a whistle.
I can't believe how the first one missed. And then 19-13. It is still the Aussie in a commanding position. This Canadian is capable of anything.
Yes. Very hard to estimate what shot he's going to play. You think he's going to draw, he drives, and when he drives, he draws.
He's gone back to the long end, which was played by Leif early to try and counter that drive.
Yes, in a loose opening bowl. Bowl just staying on the rink. The amount of inches off the plinth of the ditch. Leif Selby needs 2 shots.
We come back a long way.
He looks a bit fast as well. Ryan Bester needs to take off about 1.5 meters of weight. Looks like he's corrected pretty well here. Still going to be a couple of feet short. It is the closest. He's put this one out there. Just got to let the bowl do the work now. Is it going to keep coming back?
On turn.
Leif Selby can't believe it. Just didn't turn. Ryan Bester. Big opportunity, and he's pushed that bowl well back. The shot bowl's got to be close to 1 metre short. Well, he looks too wide again here, Leif Selby.
Well, the wind's pushing it that way as well.
Here at Gusting.
Where's all the turn going?
You can't believe it. The bowl just has not come back at all.
Suddenly going straight there now. It's frustrating now. It's getting frustrating now. Especially those two there. They're 3 foot wide. Just it wouldn't turn.
Oh, it's so important in this game. You've got to believe what you see. I certainly feel that Leif was too wide once he let it go anyway. A little puff of breeze has pushed it out, so It's 2 shots to Canada. Well, he's going for the 2 bowls, I believe. Leif Selby. Can he get the 2 bowls out?
He's
no.
got 1 and 1 only. It will be 1 to Canada. That came out of nowhere, that one. It is 1 to Ryan Bester. And it is now 14 to the Canadian, 19 to the Aussie. A 5-shot lead after 21 ends. It is the first to 21 shots. Australia is so close to its 5th gold medal. But the Canadian is fighting hard to get his country its first.
And once again, Ryan Bester going for a maximum length, ditch to ditch. So this is his challenge. He's going to throw it right out there. Tell you what, it's a pretty handy start here too by the Canadian. A very handy start, in fact.
When he has momentum, he's like a runaway train. But he can also be a train wreck at the same time.
Yes. Undomestic. You just can't believe some of his shot selections. Leif Selby. He's not far away either. It's trying to come back. Well, almost, but it's still going to be 1 to the Canadian. Bowl finishing just past Jack High. Well, it's a handy position bowl.
I don't think it will with that line there. It'll come back a little bit. It just tends to hold when he goes over those patches halfway down the green. There's 1 to Canada.
Almost got back to the centre line that last bowl. Ryan Bester. Good weight here. It's just gone under. 1 to Canada. Leif Selby. Got about 8 inches to draw for the shot.
Run. Hurry.
He's got to keep running though. He's pushing it. It's not going to get there though. Well, it could be 3rd shot, which would mean could have 2 seconds, Leif Selby, but Ryan Bester's got 1 bowl to play on this end. He needs to give it a friend, because I'm sure if he doesn't, Leif Selby will look to remove that shot bowl of Ryan Bester's.
If successful, he could be world champion. Here comes the bowl of the Canadian.
It's not a bad track. He's very close, in fact. Ryan Bester. That'll be 2 shots nearly. Not sure. It's another bowl in the head.
2, mate, is it?
Wait for the call. There it is. 2 shots to Canada's Ryan Bester.
They go the drive here.
Well, this game's not over yet. I think he's got to have a go. He's got the 2 third shots, so if he was to remove those 2 bowls of Ryan Bester's without moving the jack, he'd be a winner. Well, here we go. Can he get both bowls?
It's on line. It's on line. Oh, that's
unlucky.
It's 1. How did he take 1 out and not the other? Can you believe that? It is a shot for the Canadian. He does save 1. Leif Selby, but it looked to be the perfect shot. Bester wins his 3rd consecutive end and narrows the lead to 4.
Well, so close. Almost getting the perfect result, Leif Selby. Can't believe it. Looks to the sky.
That was bizarre, that. Is that a massive moment in this final?
Well, it's 19-15. This game's not over yet. In fact, it's getting quite exciting.
Well, Leif's only won 2 of the last 10 ends.
It's exactly what happened in the semi-final with Ryan Bester's game against Jerry Baker from South Africa. He comes storming home in that match. Can it happen again? It looks a little quick. Fact he is. He's going to run through a couple of metres. Well, Ryan Bester holds one.
He trailed 17-8. Or 17-6, I should say, after 12 ends. Back to 19-15.
Well, on a cracking shot here also. Look at that. Side knocker. And toucher. And all of a sudden, Ryan Bester's found it. But such a good draw shot on him. Sometimes wonder why he doesn't draw more often. Well, that's not going to be close enough. So it's 2 shots to the Canadian. He's been forced to change to his forehand. He won't mind if he goes back a little bit here because Leif Selby's got the best back bowl. Oh, is Leif Selby drawing? Or is he going to play some weight? No, he's opted to just draw. He's got to hold. He wants it to hold.
Looks okay.
I think he's going to run away, though.
Just died, didn't it? The wind. That starts to come back in, and that breeze just dies very quickly.
There's the wind swirling around. White cockatoos in the background.
Coming in for dinner. Ryan Bester's last bowl of this end. He holds 2. He could get to within 2, maybe even to get within 1 if he can put this one close.
He's got an opportunity. I don't think he's got the... going to run it. Well, Leif Selby. I think he's got to play a bit of a running shot here. If he could get the jack in the ditch down near the back number, he could possibly get 2 shots, and that's all he's after. 2 shots and he become world champion. I think he's got to go for this. Run the risk. He's 2 down now. If he could get the jack in the ditch. Leif Selby. Needs 2 to win. He's driving, he's narrow. He's missed it.
And it is 2 to the Canadian. And all of a sudden, Ryan Bester is within sight of the finish line.
Good result for Ryan Bester.
19-17, 23 ends gone. Let's head down to Andrew Holmes.
19. Thanks, Mark. I've got Dave Matthew again. And, your young fellow won't go away.
No. We're here for the duration. We're going to finish this.
What about this? This a remarkable comeback. He's just got so much momentum now, and obviously self-belief that he can win it.
Of course he can. He's found a weight now, and he's playing great stuff. At the last 12 ends, we've won 10. You know, and we just got to keep going, pressing ahead. We'll get the gold.
Certainly shaping as a worthy World Championship final, isn't it?
As I told you, it was going to be a match, and it's a match.
All the best for the rest of the game.
Cheers, mate.
And 9 of the last 11 won by the Canadian.
And once again, Ryan Bester, he's starting to pick his game up here. He's in top gear right now. He's gone these long ends. And all of a sudden, this game has changed. Selby just crossing the line. Now, Ryan Bester only trails by 2 shots. And another terrific comeback. Very similar to his semi-final win against Jerry Baker from South Africa. And once again, Ryan Bester is going to make this a counter as well. So he's certainly coming home strong. As the momentum of this game swung around.
He needs something special, Leif, to stop that momentum and to get himself back.
Well, Ryan Bester is holding a good 2. If he was to draw another one here, Leif Selby, he's going to have to come up with something special, because he could find himself 3 down. And Ryan Bester, well, he only needs 4 to win this match. Leif Selby. What can he do? Needs to respond. Well, his weight's a lot better. Can he draw the shot here? What a terrific effort. But it's going to be second shot at least. Ryan Bester, if he could trail a jack, good 18 inches, he can make a 4 here.
Really has turned it on.
Oh, it's on its way. I think he's too narrow. Well, he was chasing that jack, there's no doubt.
So what are Leif's options here?
Well, it's got very interesting, this game. Leif, well, he hasn't got too many options at all, really. He's got to be a bit careful.
Is there any way he can get shot here? He's going to speak to Robbie Dobbins here.
Well, he can certainly get the shot. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to make 2. I mean, he could play an absolute perfect bowl and maybe turn the shot bowl over and stay there himself, but he'd have to have perfect weight. Well, he's driving. He's going for this. Now, what's going to happen?
Well, he's gone from 1 down to 2 down.
Well, Leif Selby, he was only 1 down. He's going to drop a 2.
And can you believe this? Out of nowhere, we're all square after 24 ends in this men's final. He trailed 17-6 after the 12th end, Ryan Bester. It is now 19 all.
Can you believe it? 19 all from 17-6 down, Ryan Bester of Canada. And the momentum has swung. Quite unbelievable.
I wasn't expecting that from Leif, that shot.
No. I'm not sure it was the right shot, but he went for it. And now we're all locked up. Both players needing 2 shots to become world champion.
He's won the last 5 and 10 of the last 12, the Canadian.
Well, how important are these opening bowls? Ryan Bester, he's going backhand round the clock as well. That's exactly what he did do in the Australia-South African game. Leif Selby, he's staying on the same side he's been playing all match.
Some speed on this if it has to take the jack, though.
It's going to run away.
Needs to find something from somewhere, the Australian, because the Canadian at the moment is unstoppable.
Well, good thing about it, it's only 1. One to Canada.
He's picked up 2 shots the last 2 ends. If he does that again, Leif's dropped the head as soon as he let that go.
Well, it's not wide enough. That's why he's dropped his head. This is going to run away also. And as you can see, it's turning now. And these long ends have really thrown Leif Selby to Ryan Bester.
It's hard to believe this is the same bowler that trailed 17-6.
Well, that hasn't done too much at all. It's just kept on going straight. It's only really one bowl close. Leif Selby. Can he draw the shot here for Australia? He's a lot wider this time. It's all on his weight now. It's trying. If it falls over, it's got to be close.
It's a measure. You'd think maybe the one jack high.
Well, I'm not too sure. I'll have to wait for the marker.
Purple one looks a little bit closer on that angle, but it's hard to tell. He favours Canada, the marker.
So it is one to Ryan Bester's bowl. Locked here at 19 all. Ryan Bester, last bowl on this end. Can he make it 2? He looks quick to me. He's going to run through.
It stays in though. But there is room here for Leif Selby.
Hear the Aussie chant in the background.
That would be enough for me to leave.
Leif Selby's got he's got a couple of options. He's got 2 seconds if he was to remove the shot bowl on screen. The purple bowl would leave Australia with 2. Or he could trail the jack for a couple himself.
This could be for the World Championship.
He's going for the shot bowl.
Is it online? It's looking
it's
good.
close.
He's got it, knocked his own. And is that the World Championship, or will it be a measure? Ryan Bester looks at it, takes his hat off and concedes the world title to Leif Selby, who staggered over the line in one of the most remarkable men's finals you'll ever see. 21-19. The final bowl was the bowl of his life. And one of the more remarkable finishes you will see to any sporting contest. Australia's Leif Selby has won the men's singles final at the World's Bowls Championship, but not without a gallant fight back from this man next to me. What a performance.
Yeah, I just couldn't pick it up early, and then at the end going long, I got on Leif, but he played brilliant early on, and last 4 years he's probably one of the best singles players in the world, and so he deserves to win the world title.
Mate, many a player would have given up. 17-6 down, you were out of the match, you looked down yourself. How did you pick yourself up?
Well, that's why the best singles game is to 21 up or 25 up, because you're never out of it. So that's why it's the best. And all I do is keep winning ends and try to fight back to 21.
Well, what a match it was from both bowlers. Leif Selby, you led 17-6, and then 10 of the next 12 ends were won by your opponent. Did you think you were gone?
Oh, you always got to try and stay positive, but Ryan really lifted his game, didn't he? World-class player. He's won it before. Just showed everybody why. Like he said, it's a first of 21. You're never out of it. It's a pretty good format. The players prefer this one a lot better, but world-class player, Ryan, and look, I'm really relieved to get over the line.
What does it mean to you?
I've got the 3 now. That was my goal coming out here. The champions and the World Cup, and now this one. That was my main goal, really, coming back into the squad, because I did finish up after the Commonwealth Games. Look, I've got the 3 and I'm absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
You said in the interview before the match, potentially your last game. Is that your last game, and was that your last shot, and is that the crowning glory?
Look, Steve actually got wind of that and come over and had a word to me. So at this stage, I'm not going to say any more. But look, you know, I'm quite happy with the win at the moment. Yeah.
So you should be. It's been a terrific match, a terrific final, and an outstanding World Championship. Australia finished with 5 gold medals. Leif Selby is the men's singles champion. It's been a marvellous 2 and a bit weeks here in Adelaide. On behalf of all the Fox Sports crew, my co-commentators Kelvin Kirko and Julie Keegan, I'm Mark Braybrook, and for the final time, we say goodbye from Adelaide.